Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 premium commanders in World of Warships. Now, that being said, I tried to keep my biasism out of it. Now, this is just my opinion, but I kept my biasism, I tried to keep it out of this list. Another thing, guys. Uh, if somebody didn't make the list that you think should have made the list, it's probably because that group of commanders is loaded, right? But anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna do an honorable mention. All right, uh, Arthas. All right. The thing that kept him off the list was he's not a very good commander, but his base trait is really, really good. Like the 20% extra damage while a catapult fighter is up. What makes this so powerful isn't necessarily you get more damage when the catapult fighter is up. It's that you get to choose when the catapult fighter is up, right? So it's not just 20% damage while the fighter's up. If you see a good salvo coming out, you can hit this, and right before it hits, and you know you're going to get good damage. And that's what makes it more valuable than just 20%, is you're choosing when to use it. At number 10, this one is going to probably go higher on my list eventually. It's Riegerwald. Man, for if you're a person that uses AP for German cruisers, it is really hard not to like Riegerwald. And I'm telling you, the more I go AP lenient, or I lean towards AP on the German cruisers, the more that he makes sense. His base trait is amazing. You couldn't ask for a better base trait for what he is. Uh, Beyond range, Kraken shells, punch through, along with fixated, and he has fully packed or refill station. So he could be one that goes up my list in the future, to be honest. At number 9, and I put her over Riegerwald for the pure reason, as we go ahead and find her. There she is. Haruna. And the reason I think in the future, Riegerwald and Haruna might go up my list, but if you're a person that likes secondaries, uh, she's almost a must. You almost have to have her on her builds. And also, as they start to add more secondary ships, I could see her being used on a lot of Japanese battleships or cruisers that may come up that require a good secondary commander. So, that being said, number 8. I tried to keep my biasism out of this, but Cheshire. I use her a lot. And actually, I'm going to even start using her more on my heavy cruisers. Yes, I know you could make the argument Neptune is almost as good. I just like the second skill set better on Cheshire. And having an AP focused cruiser commander for your AP line is almost a must. She's got a good base trait. Her unique skill is good. She's just solid all the way around. But like I said, I did try to keep my biasism out of this. You'll notice Sella and Zara are not on this list. And if I include my biasism, they're probably 1 and 2 because I use them a lot. That being said, at number 7, we are using Smart. And I know his base trait is terrible. That's the thing that helps him or holds him from being higher on this list. But being that the British are what they are as cruisers or as destroyers, his quick fix up here in this slot allows for reduced mobility, so you don't have to take it down here, freeing you up to take rather be torching, which is really crazy because his unique skill it offers extra HE damage, right? and fire chance. Now you do take a little bit more damage coming in a destroyer. Not fond of that, but man, the percentage that you get, the 2% on fire and the 15 on HE, I mean, I mean, you're dealing out. That's definitely one of the things where that probably should be adjusted. So even though you lose some HE damage here, you gain it all back and more with this perk. And that's the one reason why I take rather be torching here, because you're getting a 5% bonus to your fire chance and an 8% bonus to your HE damage with these two perks combined. That's absolutely obnoxious. I don't know why more people don't like this commander even more. I think it's his base trait is not that good. It's awful. In fact, it's probably the worst base trait in the entire game, in my opinion. But outside of that, really good commander. At number 6, this is probably going to surprise some people, but Maki. I actually, as far as commanders go, she almost would be at the top, but not too many people like Italian cruisers or Italian battleships. Otherwise, she would have been higher. Reason being, she's got an amazing base trait. She has really good skill set. Plus, her unique skill is really good, even though it has to fight with Master Mechanic. And she has all the really good legendary skills that you may or may not want on your Italian battleship. So just I mean, she just kind of has everything, and she's really a complete commander. Uh, and I think the only thing that really holds her from being on the list, not a lot of people play Italian battleships, but Iachino, in my opinion, not a bad commander, right? He's got like a good base trait as well. So that kind of limits her a little bit. At number 5 is Sarika. And this used to be number 1, but I understand that St. Louis is also another good commander for this as well. As you can see, she's not bad either. The difference being the tiebreaker between the two is I just feel like she's a better commander, and she can also boost AP, which St. Louis can't do. That being said, though, her base trait is awesome, right? And her fire, she's got beyond range and the burn it down, punch through, and a focus fire, which is an amazing unique skill. It might be my favorite unique skill in the entire game. Focus fire, you get extra main battery reload charge, and your dispersion is 30% while your reload booster is active. And you tie that to fully packed, you have 4 reload boosters that are lethally accurate that you can use AP on. Oh, it gets disgusting. And also, she has enough flexibility over St. Louis where you can use her as AP, as an AP commander, and you can use her without the. She has other traits here that are good besides just having for the reload boost. And at no surprise, number 3 is Hyde. All right, and we could put him even higher on the list. Him or Hyde and number 2 are a tie essentially in my book. Um, he's got a really solid base trait. It's not amazing, but it's very good. What he offers is so much flexibility as a commander, and nowadays with the new meta of kind of sniping at distance, and being able to build a secondary ship with marksmanship and some main gun accuracy and getting the heals, really good. Like, and if you want, you can just build into AP. You can do a complete normal accuracy build, or you could go straight AP. He has a lot of flexibility, and I don't think anybody would argue that Hyde is not in their top 3 list, even in a very loaded German battleship thing. That was kind of the difference between me or this at number 3 and number 2 was just how loaded the German battleship commanders are. but he's still just that darn good. At number 2 is Dunkirk. And the tiebreaker between the two was that there is less good commanders in the French, right, for battleships. Her base trait isn't amazing, but it's still okay. Her unique skill is one of the best unique skills in the game. Like Sarika and her skills, two favorite unique skills in the game. I just love it. Along with Celos. Celos is really good too. Flammable Cannoneer. The other thing is she is so flexible. Now that we have presets, I'm probably going to put her back on my secondary battleship again, right? Because you could run her with accuracy and you could run her with secondaries. And then like this being able to switch shell types, I know it hurts your damage a little bit, but what you gain back on having the right shell type is huge. Right? So in my opinion, I think on most people's list, a no-brainer to have Dunkerque and Hyde. But I think at number 1, I'm going to surprise a few folks. I It's Azur Lane Harbin. Now, why is she at number 1? Before you start commenting the hate, why is she number 1? Outside of Mimbelli, I use her base trait on cruisers more than anybody else. Right? Not only that, but that base trait is almost a must for French, Japanese, and Pan Asians. Right? It just is that good. I, I think it's the second best base trait in the entire game for cruisers. Besides Membelli, on some ships, you make the argument this is even a better base trait. Just say HE fire chance at 2% alone is enough without even the flooding chance. I would still be using it. Another added bonus to her is there's not a lot of obviously Pan-Asian cruiser commanders. There's only one other. So that's another bonus to why she's up here. And then her flexibility in her choices, right? Like, you can build all into HE spam and guns, right? Or because of presets, you could build all into torpedoes, right? She has all the torpedo skills, the middle row, all torpedo skills. And if you want, I don't know why you would, but if you wanted to build into a defensive style concealment build, you can do that. She has all the good legendary traits. She has all the good skills that you'd want for the line. And she has arguably one of the best base traits in the game. It is really hard once you actually think about this. You know, unless you never play Pan Asian cruisers, which I don't think that's the case because they're becoming more popular. I see them a lot more now than I have in the past, and I could see that continuing on. Um, I just think she's the best commander in the game. She's literally has like no weaknesses. Uh, anyway, let me know what your guys' top list is. Top 5, top 10 is down in the comments. You guys know I love seeing it. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you folks next time.